morning, and welcome to this Monday morning as we get ready for a really cool show because we got some really fun guests.
We do.
Yeah. So I'm Marshall Shore.
And I'm Melissa Farley, and we are here at
the fabulous Arizona Center as we get ready to meet Jacques Cousteau and Iris.
They are not human. That is the only clues we will give you.
We have non-humans on the show.
Non-humans.
And they're not alligators.
No, they are not alligators.
No.
Happy Monday. We're excited to be with you on this Monday. I've got my Disneyland shirt on to give me an extra
I was like, are you going soon? I was like...
I wish. I'm getting antsy. I feel like I do need to book a trip soon. This might be the longest I've gone without going. My best friend was just there too without me, and she was like sending me pictures. Yeah.
Oh, hate that one. It's like, oh yeah, we're here and you're not.
Technically, she invited me, but she went with her kids, and I was like, I don't know. The kids might ruin it.
They would. Yeah.
So, okay, but it is Monday morning. We have got a stellar week planned for you.
I know. We're kicking off the week in grand form.
We are, and we've got one of our favorite guests here in studio, back in studio. So we're going to take a quick break, and we will stop teasing you and introduce you to Jacques Cousteau and Iris.
And some other folks. And welcome back to the morning show on this amazing, magnificent Monday. I'm Marshall Shore.
And I'm Melissa Farley. We're here at the
fabulous Arizona Center.
How you feeling, Marshall?
I'm good.
Yeah?
I mean, I got my Bosa coffee right here. We just had on Jacques Cousteau and Iris.
Are you feeling as good as Jacques Cousteau was feeling? Do you need to fluff a little bit?
I know, it's like I need to like puff my chest out a little bit more and do a little bit of twerking, but nobody wants to see me twerk.
I would totally disagree with that. I think everybody wants to see you twerk.
In horror, they would all run. The horror, they would run.
It would be our best watched episode. How much do you want to bet? Especially if I gave Chris a description. Watch Marshall twerk.
Oh, I don't think I'm ready to see that.
No, okay.
So.
Well, I know what we are ready for. We are here with our next guest. We've got Joey here. Hi, Joey. How are you?
Hey, I'm great. How are you guys?
Good to have you here.
Good morning.
Joey, I hear you are a man of many talents. You're an actor, a dancer, into the health and wellness industry. Where shall we start? What would you like to chat about today?
Gosh, yeah, it's a great question. Well, it all kind of culminates into one because, being a performer, I am an actor and a dancer, and health and wellness is a huge part of my journey because it's been very important to me to basically get my health on track. I experienced a huge kind of dysbiosis and a gut infection and inflammation when I was younger, and it sent me on this health journey to figure out how to recover and how to get healthy because I had major digestive issues, and then I had psoriasis that broke out all over my body from head to toe. I had to kind of drop out of my pursuit of acting and dance for a while and figure out what was going on with my body and find solutions so that I could recover, put my condition into remission, because when I go to the doctor when I was 20 years old, basically they said, well, it's psoriasis, there's nothing you can do, here's a cream, you're gonna have it for the rest of your life. And I was like, well, I can't be dealing with this at this degree if I'm gonna be pursuing my career. I had to drop out of college, and I kind of quarantined myself for a while and just researched a lot of information, and I came across health and wellness like these superfoods that I have here that I'm showing you. So the green superfoods and basically a natural diet, and including different herbal remedies and protocols that I've gotten along the way have really helped me to cleanse my digestive system, pull toxins out of my body, and rehabilitate my microbiome. That's a pretty big trending word and stuff. And so I was, in a pretty severe condition for a while, and I'm so glad that I was able to recover and get better, because now I can share that out to the world for other performers to have, optimal performance levels as an actor and a dancer. we have to take care of our joints and all of our tissues, and we're always just running around, and electrolytes, and we're always using our bodies as our vehicle and our instrument. So it's important for me to share what I've found and offer that out to the community.
How long did it take you to start seeing results once you started using these superfoods?
Yeah, basically when I first started, I was on some pretty extensive protocols, and after like a month or two, I started to see my skin getting a lot better. I used to have like a rash like all over my face, like all over my whole body, you could see it, and then basically it started to fade away, and I just had to stay on this protocol of eating healthy, unprocessed foods is mainly the thing that helped me, and it started to pull the inflammation out of my body, and my tissues started to turn over and sort of recover. So after a month or two, I started to see results, and after 6 months, it was really fading away, and then after about a year, I feel like I had gotten to a good place. But then I moved to New York City to pursue my career, and I had kind of relapses throughout the time. So I had to kind of discover, okay, what's going on. I had more doctor's visits, more naturopaths, and then some more testing to figure out what was going on with my particular condition. I had a yeast and fungal overgrowth, dysbiosis. I had pancreatic insufficiency, so I wasn't able to digest like fats or fat-soluble nutrients. So I couldn't digest like or absorb vitamin A, D, K, these sort of things. So like I was dancing like 5 or 6 classes a day and doing a lot of ballet and jumping. So I got a fracture at the bottom of my foot, and had a pretty big relapse when I was in New York, a lot of stress and stuff. And so I actually moved back home to Oregon, where I'm from, and kind of had another recovery process. And I got some more testing there at an institute in Portland, and was diagnosed with SIBO, which is called small intestinal bacterial overgrowth. So again, I had to do all these different protocols and do all these things, a lot of colon cleansing, a lot of things that people don't really like to talk about. And so it was just sort of is what it was. And then I got better, and I moved down to Los Angeles and was pursuing my career down there and doing acting and dancing, and I was having a great time. And then COVID hit, and so then I moved back to Oregon for a little while. And then I moved down here a couple years ago, and I've just been kind of getting stable, getting my survival platform, and sort of reoriented in a new area. And so now I'm back in the filmmaker scene, acting on some projects, and I'm back in the dance scene. I was in a dance company for a while at Electro Dance Academy, and so doing all these classes. I'm at multiple studios now around the city, taking dance classes in ballet, jazz, contemporary, and I'm mainly a hip-hop, jazz, funk dancer. Okay. So, and choreographer, and I have a show that I'm going to be doing in May at the Phoenix Dance Showcase at Cobalt Bar.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah.
So that's,
we love Cobalt.
We were just talking about that showcase the other day.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Right on, yeah. So I'm going to be choreographing a piece for their May showcase.
Okay.
Nice.
And I was going to be doing it actually this month, but I got booked for a role in a short film from a crew from the LA Film School. So they're here local, and they're doing a film with the LA Film School, and I'm actually acting in it with somebody you know, Alan Valor.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We do know
Alan.
him.
He was on the show as well.
Yep, he was. Yeah.
Yeah, so we're doing that. So I've got a lot of things in the bucket, a lot of things happening, and I'm just so grateful that I've got my health and wellness now, that I've recuperated and recovered, and I've gone through my journey, and now I know what's going on, how to live my life correctly. But it's a struggle, it's not always easy. It's always a journey to stay balanced in this world. So the superfoods really help me because they're quick, convenient, and easy to use. And I'll even give you a sample right now if you want to try.
Yeah, let's do it.
Of course.
Okay, these are the green superfoods. This is the power shake that we use.
The power shake.
And
okay.
Yes, it's the green superfood. Basically, there's 4 main components in the superfood package. It's called the Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation.
Okay.
It comes with the power shake, and that's basically your superfood blend that gives you all these nutrients, keeps you healthy and happy throughout the day. There's one for you, darling.
Thank you.
And one for you, Marshall. So this is the appleberry.
Ooh, appleberry.
Yeah. Does that sound yummy? All right, cheers.
Oh, yeah, you can smell the apple in it. Cheers.
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 You can smell the apple in it.
Yeah, which is nice.
That's just in plain water.
So how is this so tell me about this. Is this a meal replacement? Is this something you would drink kind of in addition?
Yeah, it can be in addition. It can, it's not a full meal replacement per se, but basically in conjunction with the other products. So the other products is the amino acids in that white bottle there.
Okay.
That one gives you protein, and that keeps you sort of satiated with your amino acids. The tart cherry apothecary juice is what you would drink in the evening, and I'll give you a little sample of that as well.
Okay.
And that one is anti-inflammatory, really high in antioxidants. It's a natural source of melatonin for sleep.
Okay.
And it's also really good for your joints.
Oh,
For
interesting.
inflammation. It's one of the things people take for like gout or arthritis or things like that.
Okay.
So
tell me about, because you said you don't really do processed foods.
Right.
What do you eat?
That's a great question. And so basically, and the last product there is called the Biomedic. So that one helps to excrete glyphosate, which is a pesticide that is really poisonous and toxic. And so that one, in 6 weeks, they say you can eliminate up to 74% of glyphosate from the body without even changing your diet. So even with changing your diet, then you get even more results, possibly of excreting that glyphosate. So what I eat and what is on this protocol, it's like basically you stay on this, and they have a regimen, and they give you basically like a whole schedule of how to consume the products. It's pretty easy. And then you take those throughout the day, and then you'll eat a meal or unprocessed meal or two whenever you really feel like you need to. And it's basically lean proteins. Some people are vegan, so they eat vegetarian or vegan options like beans or sprouted seeds and nuts, fish, chicken, beef. Like, it's all on there. But basically when you do it unprocessed, it's more healing to the body when it's not fried or something like that. And then vegetables, soups, salads, like you can basically use all sorts of things. And you'll even see, like, basically it gives you a checklist, and also like here's some protein options, and they've also got, of course, their protein and many more products in their product line.
Yeah.
So they've got proteins of their self and their super meal replacements that they offer. But like lentils, hummus, cottage cheese, eggs, salmon, chicken, tofu, and they'll put that, and then they'll give you the veggie options of like cucumber, cauliflower, broccoli, kale, spinach, things like that. And then fruit options, more of the low glycemic ones like berries, apples, papaya, things like that. And then complex carbs, sprouted grains, quinoa, rice bran solubles, which they sell, sweet potatoes, and then healthy oils. And that's a really big part of the recovery process for the body, is like healthy oils. Like, get your omega-3s from your fish oil, and then also using healthy oils like avocado oil, olive oil, butter, ghee, things like that. And then I put this superfood in just plain water, but you can put it in almond milk, oat milk, or any other beverage of your choice. But it tastes really good in oat milk and almond milk. But I just put water just because it's just plain and easy to show people kind of how simple it is. And so basically you kind of pick and choose from like those options that are available, and then you can, steam and saute your vegetables, or, use your healthy avocado oil, your healthy cooking oil, and then you basically can make your own recipes, your own foods and stuff. So I am not vegan at this point in my life, but I am a certified raw vegan chef. So I did live at an institute down south in Patagonia, Arizona for a while, called the Tree of Life Rejuvenation Center. And I lived there, and that was a raw vegan detox sort of a resort center that people came and were healing chronic health conditions with juice fasting and colon cleansing and getting colonics and things like that. And so I learned a lot of recipes there. And then in New York City, I worked at a raw vegan restaurant, and it was really popular in the East Village. It's called Quintessence.
Oh, yeah.
It's in the East Village. Yeah, and so that restaurant had a lot of really popular foods and stuff, and so I learned some of the tricks of the trade just from being around that scene and around that community. And if I kind of incorporated that to kind of make my own sort of diet and lifestyle for myself that I know that works for me through trial and error.
Right.
So everyone's kind of, got to figure out what's best for them based on, what they're sensitive to, what their own personal conditions are. But with the superfoods and all of these things, they really fit into everyone's lifestyle. So it's kind of a great way to incorporate these. And like if I'm on a set or if I'm out there, doing something and I just pop my water in, boom, put the superfoods and boom, and I'm like good to go for a while, so that if I'm just on the go and I need something quick, it's really helpful to have this with me, because then I know that I'm not going to fall off my diet by just eating whatever's around, and then maybe I'll inflame, have a flare up, and then it will affect my performance or maybe make me feel not my best when I'm doing my thing.
Right.
And I got to be feeling my best when I'm doing my thing.
Yeah, that health is so important.
Right.
Even if you're not a performer, it's, you can't do your job, you can't be your best in your relationships and showing up in life if you don't have your health. I have a autoimmune disorder, and so I'm very familiar with inflammation and have been trying to figure out kind of what's a good solution for me, for that reason. So I'm always interested in learning about this kind of stuff. So thank you so much for bringing this. Why don't you share with our viewers where people can connect with you to either learn more about your kind of health and wellness promotions or your dance and acting career?
Yeah, I'm on Instagram as Joey Johnson Performs. So that's my main one. I've got a new one that I just started, Joey Recommends, so that one's out there as well. And that's also on Facebook as well. So I think that those are the two main platforms that people can reach out to me, Instagram and Facebook. You can find me as Joey Johnson on Facebook. And I'm looking to connect with other, filmmakers, actors, dancers, models, choreographers, and other crew members, people who just want to be healthy within the community, other influencers, other thought leaders. So please do reach out to me. I'm excited to connect with people and build a larger community and build a culture of health and wellness within the filmmaker and artist community here in Arizona.
Awesome. Are you going to Worldwide Women's Film Fest or Phoenix Film Festival?
I hope so.
Good.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I should. I've seen some of your guests and stuff. I've done some things related to dance as well.
Oh yeah, Worldwide is over. Okay, Phoenix Film Festival is coming up. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And it's a great networking opportunity. You don't necessarily have to even come to the screenings, but they have like an industry night and different things where you can meet a lot of people. So
get some networking in.
Yeah.
Awesome. And what's the date for that one?
They change it. I think it's in April this year.
I know. It's like they were also at Melrose Street Fair, and I don't remember.
Yeah, I know. Because it used to be earlier, and now I think it's different. So but look it up. It's kind of one of the biggest film festivals in Arizona. Sedona Film Festival is another really great one that you should check out. Met some amazing people at the Sedona one. So.
And then there's some short films that I've done recently that are also being submitted to a lot of film festivals.
Yeah.
So hopefully we'll be out there on the red carpet soon for a premiere of our own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Very good.
Well, Joey, thanks so much for joining us today. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with you with all of our segments and to wrap things up. So keep it right here. Good morning.
Oh my gosh, welcome back to this Monday. We're having so much fun that it's like, oh yeah, we're still doing a show.
We are still doing a show.
All right, so my name's Marshall Shore.
And I'm Melissa Farley. We're here at
the
fabulous
Arizona Center. And this morning, on this Monday, I am powered by Bosa Coffee.
Thank you, Bosa. I had to go to the doctor's and get a very unpleasant procedure done. You know what I treated myself with afterwards? Bosa donuts.
All right, very good.
Yep.
So,
all right.
Large.
I know. Is that living large? A Bosa donut. I also got to take a nice nap afterwards. So
oh my gosh, a donut and
good.
a nap?
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, you're right.
Wow, you are celebrating.
Living my best life.
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of living your best life, Marshall, you always live your best life when you're talking about history. What do we got today?
Oh my gosh. All right, so we're going to talk about Nellie T. Bush. She was the Admiral of the Arizona Navy.
She?
She.
That's cool.
Yeah. So back in 1934, Arizona's governor had declared martial law because California was trying to build this thing called Parker Dam, which Arizona was like, well, you don't have the right to do that. And so basically he asked her to ferry folks from one side over to the other.
Okay.
And she was more than happy to comply. One of her boats got stuck while doing that.
Ruh-roh.
But the whole scenario caused this like national focus of suddenly everybody was looking at like what's happening in Arizona with Nellie T. Bush and the Arizona Navy, that eventually it went to the Supreme Court and Arizona won. And so finally they got to discuss. And so there is a Parker Dam now, but Nellie T. Bush will live on. She was also in the legislature. I mean, she was quite.
She sounds like a really rad woman.
Indeed.
Yeah, cool.
And I just love the fact that she was the only admiral of the Arizona Navy.
I think it's funny that Arizona has a navy, but
well,
I'll
and it was
just
two
leave it at that.
ferries going across the Colorado River, pretty much. So yeah,
But it was a navy, damn it.
Indeed.
Well, that's fun. Speaking of more fun, let's celebrate.
Celebrate? Oh my gosh! Yes, we can celebrate. So today is Bagpipe Day.
You didn't bring in bagpipes?
I don't have a set because, well, they're hard to play.
They are really hard to play.
So if I could.
Not that you could really tell the difference,
well,
but.
True. But I mean, it's actually, but you know, at one point they had a bagpiper down at the Pioneer Cemetery.
Okay.
And it was one of those days where it was an odd day in Arizona because we actually had mist here in the valley.
Yeah, that's an odd day.
So you had this mist with this bagpiper just playing away. I mean, it was very, very.
Were they just randomly there? Like.
Well, I mean, they were there for an event, but nobody was
See,
expecting.
the way you were saying that, I was just picturing like I just took a stroll in the Pioneer Cemetery.
I was.
And lo and behold, there was a bagpiper.
I was strolling, and it just happened to be a foggy day, and there was bagpipe.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, that Scottish instrument that shows up.
Well, pull up that bagpipe playlist on your Spotify and celebrate.
Do you think there is a bagpipe playlist?
Here, let's look.
Oh my!
We're gonna check on this. Although I don't know if I have Spotify. I'll look on Apple Music.
Although I had a friend.
Bagpipes.
Some years ago, he started taking bagpipe lessons, and he said it was really hard.
Yeah, Scottish Bagpipes, the album, the complete Scottish Bagpipe collection, bagpipes from Baghdad. That's not quite what we were looking for. Okay. But there are some options.
All right, so there you go. So you could listen to some bagpipe music on various social media sources.
There you go.
As a good way to celebrate, unless you want to just break out and maybe go get yourself a bagpipe. I don't even know where you could take bagpipe lessons. I bet the folks at Irish Cultural Center would know.
I bet they would know too.
So there you go. Also, it is the International Day of Awesome.
Woo!
Indeed.
What does that mean? Just like your awesome self?
So basically, it's a day where, don't just hold back, just go out and do it.
Okay.
And don't wait till it's perfect, but just go out there and be awesome.
That's like you every day.
So I'm just kind of like, okay, I'm going to do that. I'm not really what I'm doing. Kind of like playing the bagpipes.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
It's always something. Oh my gosh. And then let's see. National Napping Day.
Oh, that's my
But it's
thing.
interesting because so it's all related to daylight savings time and getting ready for that.
Okay.
But since we don't celebrate, but also today is also about no shame napping.
No shame napping. I am a proud napper.
I
nap
agree.
regularly.
I love a good nap when you need it. There's nothing better.
I know. Yep. Yeah.
So.
I know it. You know what? And that's one of the reasons I started my own business was so I could nap when I wanted to.
Yeah, because it's like siestas are a good thing.
Yeah. Well, I was just, we were talking with Joey, like, yeah, I have some health issues. And so for me, having a nap in the middle of the day really helps me. I feel a lot better, you know. When you work a 9 to 5, it's like, I'll be under my desk, Joe.
Right. Well, exactly, kind of like George Costanza would do in Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Have a whole little like universe under there.
I found, I guess it doesn't matter now, I don't work there anymore. There was like an empty office at Gannett, and I would go, if I had to, I would go take it, because I worked 1 billion hours. It wasn't like a regular 8-hour shift. Right. So I would go take a nap in like this empty office. I'd be like, I'm going to lunch or get coffee or whatever, and then I'd go take a nap. So, yeah. Well, fun.
Exactly. So, all right. So besides taking a nap,
yes,
what are some other things we could do today?
Well, Marshall, if you'd like a little music in your life on a Monday night, the Peoria Main Library is hosting Monday Night Melodies. It's going to be 2 sets and feature a variety of music from country to bluegrass to folk to oldies, and it's going to be in the Willow Room. It is totally free, so you can come by, enjoy some music, enjoy the library. Doors open for this at 5:30, and then the event is from 6 to 7 p.m. So that's kind of a lovely, chill way to spend a Monday evening.
Indeed.
I really think that my intern misspelled this, but I'm going to try to pronounce it the way that he wrote it.
I'm kind of wondering.
We'll see how this goes.
I'm glad he didn't misspell public library, because I have seen that misspelled.
The pubic
yes,
library.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. So this is a zoology class at Tyrannosaurus in Mesa at 10 a.m. Tyrannosaurus. I don't know what that is. But basically, this is a class. This is where you can learn about food chains and dissect owl pellets. I actually have done that before. Have you done that? Like in school?
So you're cutting up owl poop?
No, pellets, like what they spit up.
Oh, yeah. I was thinking the other end.
No, this end.
Okay.
Yeah, and so it's like, it literally is kind of like this clump of stuff, and then you can dissect it, and sometimes there's like a whole little mouse skeleton in there, like you kind of find what they ate. It's actually really interesting. So this is a hands-on learning experience. It's educational. It's about $25, and it's from 10 to 11 a.m. So if you know where Tyrannosaurus is in Mesa, that's where you want to go to dissect some owl pellets. We've also got a crafty event happening. You can make a keychain.
Out of the pellets?
No, not out of ew. I love where your brain went, though. That was fun. No, it is at JoJo's Skate Bar in Scottsdale at 11 a.m. This is for kids, so spring break is happening. A lot of parents are looking for stuff to entertain the little ones while they're home all day. Yeah. So you can make a keychain, also have some food. There will be appetizers and entrees. It's basically supposed to be like a fun backpack accessory for kids to put on their backpacks for when they go back to school. So it's $29 for both the keychain supplies and food, and then it's from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. so you can book a slot in between that time online, and it's going on basically all month of March. So you can do this through March 31st. Yeah. Okay, we've also got poker at Cheers Tavern in Glendale. You can basically join in if you're a seasoned player or if you're just looking for a more laid-back game. There's free entry, exciting prizes, and great company. There is no cover, but it is a 21-plus event, and this is an afternoon activity. So registration starts at 11:45.
Oh, wow. So that early afternoon.
During your lunch hour. Yeah, you're playing from 12 to about 3.
Wow.
So if you've got nothing pressing in your life happening on this Monday, number 1, good for you. Number 2, go play some poker.
I know, and I'm like, well, you could wear really dark glasses like they do on TV when they're playing poker and just kind of do a whole...
So you can't see your tells?
Yeah, exactly.
All right, and last but not least, we've got an artist series happening at the Holland Center in Scottsdale. This is basically by the Sonoran Arts League and the Holland Center. They're bringing together 8 accomplished artists to share journeys, inspirations, and passions with the community. And the spotlight artist today is Roxanne Eklund. You can actually meet Roxanne there. This is kicking off at 1 p.m., goes to about 3, and it's $10. You can pay at the door or online.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah. So there you go.
Indeed.
Wash away those Monday blues with some fun things to do.
Exactly. And how about some birthdays?
How about some birthdays?
Wake up, hey, it's your birthday. Jump up, go have a great day. Everyone has come to see you. Make a wish and hope it comes true.
Now, before we do launch into birthdays, I do want to shout out the fact that we would love to celebrate your birthday.
Yes, we would.
Maybe your anniversary. Maybe you have something that you would like to celebrate. Let us know. And you can reach out to us at On the Morning Show, Facebook On the Morning Show as well, or even email hello@themorningshow.com.
You know it. I wasn't sure you actually knew
Indeed.
it. Yay.
So, yeah.
Yeah, yes. Yeah, bug our producer as much as you want.
It's like she was just talking about how she is bored.
I know.
Has nothing to do.
We got to fill her inbox up with stuff to celebrate.
Speaking of which, Sharon Stone is turning 66.
She looks good.
So, she does. We all know her from Basic Instinct, but she got her start in a Woody Allen movie. She's gone on to be in Casino, Total Recall. She's won an Emmy, a Golden Globe. So, even an Academy Award.
Well, happy birthday, Sharon Stone.
Indeed, as she's 66. And then, and also someone else is like, wow, he's 53, John Hamm.
John Hamm.
Now, you probably know him as Don Draper.
Sure do.
On Mad Men. That was a long-going series that I had to watch each episode twice. One was for the show and what actually was happening, and then one was just to watch the backgrounds.
I was actually thinking I want to rewatch that series.
Oh,
yeah.
Just because I loved how from year to year there were just subtle differences in color palettes and clothing, as well as in set design. And so, so they really paid a lot of attention to that. He has also been in The Town, Sucker Punch, and Bridesmaids.
He was in, this movie was done by, did I ever talk about this? I can't even remember. It was a movie by Jerry Seinfeld, all about the race to make Pop-Tarts. And John Hamm and I forgot the other guy from Mad Men were in it and made a cameo. It was the weirdest movie I have ever seen. I'm not going to lie, I watched it the first time after I had some edibles, and so I was like...
Of course, that wouldn't have affected your
judgment. Was it really that weird? Maybe it really wasn't that weird because, the edible thing. So I rewatched it again with Pat. No, it's really that weird. You gotta look it up and watch it because I think you would actually really like it. It is odd. It is the oddest thing I have seen in a long time.
That's one of my classifications of odd movies, just because it's like, oh, who knew? At one point I was pitching friends to watch Helvetica, which was a movie all about the font.
Oh God.
That I thought was fascinating.
I know a couple designers that would probably really enjoy that, actually.
Well, exactly. And so it's like, and somebody like, oh, have you seen Helvetica yet? And they'd be like, huh? You mean I'm like, yeah, the font. It's all about the font. And so.
Okay.
Also, we have Carrie Underwood, who is turning 41. She was a winner on American Idol back in 2005. She's gone on to have Grammy Awards, hit records, was even in the live Sound of Music. Did you see that?
No.
I didn't either.
I didn't know that was a thing.
I didn't know that was a thing either until I was like, oh, well, there you go.
Was she Julie Andrews' character?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I did so, but she has sold over 70 million records worldwide and has been inducted into the Grand Ole Opry.
Well, happy birthday, Carrie.
So, indeed, at the age of 41, and I had cereal.
And we had cereal this morning.
Oh, and then, okay, so turning 30 years old today is Bad Bunny.
Do you actually know who Bad Bunny is?
He is a musician that had some hit songs.
Had you known who Bad Bunny was before you read your little
I did.
bio?
So,
okay.
yeah, so I knew that he did things. I couldn't sing anything that he's done.
No, okay.
So,
Okay.
I mean, he doesn't look like a Bad Bunny. I was expecting him to have ears.
Look like a Bad Bunny.
I mean, he doesn't look at all like the Trix Rabbit.
No.
So,
No, he does not.
And so I don't know quite where the name Bad Bunny came from.
I actually don't know either. Cause it doesn't
So, and
really
I could have
fit
gone
with
down that
his
rabbit
music.
hole, but I was like,
Rabbit hole? Did you do that on purpose?
Bum-bum.
Ba-dum-bum. Yeah. He's only 30?
he is.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And so basically his fourth album, El Último Tour del Mundo, broke the record and became the first #1 best-selling all-Spanish album.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, so I mean, I think that's really cool. So.
All right. Well, happy birthday, Bad Bunny. Happy birthday to any of you that are celebrating today.
Or even all month long. I mean.
We're all month long. That's how I do it. April is my birthday month. Yes.
Right.
All right. Well, we're going to wrap this day up for you. We'll be right back with you Tuesday morning.
I know. And you know.
Is it Tuesday?
We keep complaining about Tuesdays and how we get no tacos. Maybe there'll be tacos.
What? Are you teasing me?
And good morning. Welcome back on this Monday as, oh my gosh, Jacques Cousteau is just putting on a show for you all. Indeed. He's doing the little head bob thing. Okay, so anyway, so I'm Marshall Shore.
And I'm Melissa Farley, and we are here at
the fabulous Arizona Center with some delightful looking birds who are putting on shows for us.
Laura back from Liberty Wildlife, joined by Acacia.
Acacia, yes.
Yeah, got it. Okay, and who are you holding here?
We brought along two of our American kestrels, so I'm holding Jacques Cousteau, and Acacia has Iris.
What is a kestrel?
That's a great question. They are the smallest kind of falcon that we have in North America. So most people, when you think of falcons, you think of like the peregrine falcon, which we have here. These are their smaller cousins.
They're so cute.
Yes, but they are full grown.
They are full grown?
Yes,
okay.
yes.
Are they the same age?
We aren't entirely sure because they came in from the wild. They were brought into our hospital, and so we don't know their full histories and their actual birth dates, but they are both adults.
They are both adults. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So what are some fun facts about kestrels?
Well, they are one of the only birds of prey that we have around here that you can tell the difference between the male and the female. So when I brought the Harris hawk recently, the boy Harris hawk looks like the girl Harris hawk, and same with owls and eagles. These two, you can see there's some clear differences between Jacques and Iris. Jacques, besides being just poofy right now and showing off.
Right, he's showing off very
peacocking
much
right
so,
here,
yeah.
but he has a lot more of that coloring, the blue coloring. He's got those bright black freckles right there, whereas Iris is a little bit more subdued, duller, has more of the brown barring on her. Basically, she has to, camouflage because she's protecting the nest and the baby. So she stays a little bit more camouflaged, whereas he has to go out and catch himself a girlfriend. So he's got to look real flashy.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and I noticed. I don't know if that's normal. His beak is like a brighter.
We're in breeding season right now, so they get a little bit more bright when they are trying to attract the ladies.
So that's why he's like all like,
yes.
Oh, hey, Iris, I'm over here.
Yes.
Want to Netflix and chill? Come on.
Yeah, and she's kind of not having it.
She's not having it?
She's very relaxed.
Or
and
is
very
she playing
chill.
hard to get?
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. Could be.
Well, it was because earlier, I mean, she was just kind of like sitting there, but now that it's like she's on, it's like she's like puffed up a little bit, and she's like preening, and so.
Yeah, she has gotten used to it a little bit. Yes.
Yeah.
That's so funny. Okay, so the tail thing that he does with What is that?
That's a form of communication. So they'll do a lot of that head bob. She just did it, and the tail bob. And so that's actually a really good way for you guys to notice them when you're out, just walking around the city streets, because they're all over here, but people don't know that you have. They are. Yeah. A lot of times they're about the size of a dove. So people look up and they're like, it's just a dove up there, because they're similar shape and size. But if you notice that tail bob and the head bob, that's how you can tell that you've got a kestrel.
Oh, so they're
Thank you.
good timing.
Hello.
Really good timing. You're made for TV, my friend.
Indeed.
So you
Sticking
said
that neck out.
they're everywhere?
They are.
Okay.
Yeah, they're actually really common. A lot of times you'll see them on like street lamps. Oh, we're getting the full stretch. You guys are getting it all right now.
Yeah.
And they'll be super puffed up like he gets with the feathers out like that in the morning when they're still a little chilly, and trying to warm up. But usually they're by themselves instead of with a flock, because they are bird eaters. So other birds don't tend to want to sit next to something that might eat them.
These little guys are bird eaters?
Yes. They are great hunters, super fast flyers. They can actually hover in the air and wait for a bird to fly by that's about their size or smaller, and reach out and grab them and eat them.
Okay, so dumb question maybe, but is it the claws that make the kill, or I don't understand?
It's not a dumb question. That's a very good question, because the talons are very, very sharp and strong, but they are pretty little. So they actually have a special beak, and his needs a little bit of grooming. But it's a toenail tooth, so it's actually got like a little notch, so that they can actually use that to break the neck of the bird that they're going after.
Wow.
I would never have suspected this of you, Jean.
Sweet little thing, right?
I know, but I love how we're getting to show. He's just the wings, the tail, the chest is just puff.
He is really beautiful. Iris, you are too. I'm sorry. I keep
Yes, exactly.
She's chilling though. She's definitely just kind of hanging out.
Yeah.
She's like, I'll let the guy do his thing. So.
And it's actually the reason that they're so different is his story was he was actually found in the wild in somebody's pool, in the pool skimmer, hence Jacques Cousteau.
Oh my goodness.
But he had
I was wondering. I was like, why?
He had equipment on him already, so somebody had taken him from the wild or somehow gotten him, so he doesn't know how to live in the wild. He is basically, and we never found whoever had him first. We searched all the registries, and so he stayed with us. But Iris has a different story, and I can let Acacia tell you why she's here, and you guys might be able to see it. I don't know if the cameras can see it because she's facing the wrong way.
It's a little hard to see, but that right eye, unfortunately, she did come in with an injury to that eye. We don't actually know how it happened, but unfortunately, she can't see out of that eye. And then we also saw signs of habituation. Basically, she's very used to people. So we noticed that she was not going to be hunting on her own. So that is why she stays with us.
Yeah, I kind of thought she was just doing the too cool for school thing. She was just but yeah, no, that's an injury. Okay, got it. So how much, would this bird kill another bird every single day, or do they?
No, I think that's usually a pretty good meal, a nice feast. A lot of times they're going to catch some of the bugs that are flying around as well, and then they'll eat small rodents and things too.
Okay.
So it's a lot of work to catch a bird, but it's a big payoff when they do.
Are they fast? Are they? Really
They are really fast. So the peregrine falcons are the fastest animals on Earth, faster than a cheetah, and they can get into dives of over 200 miles per hour when they're stooping down to get their prey. These guys are smaller, so they don't go as fast as that, but they can get into their dives of over 100 miles per hour.
Wow.
They keep blowing me away.
I know.
And here I just thought they were.
And it's so funny because he just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. I mean, for such a little bird with a head bob.
Right? It's definitely he's misleading you to not think that he's the killer that he actually is.
Right. It's like, look, I'm soft and cuddly.
Okay, well, we'll ask you to do a plug for Liberty Wildlife. Share a little bit about what that organization is.
Right. Liberty Wildlife is a nonprofit wildlife rescue, rehabilitation, education, conservation organization. We pack a lot into that name.
That's a lot, yeah.
But our main mission is to take animals in from the wild, sick, injured, and orphaned wildlife, and get them rehabilitated and back out into the wild. And if we can't, if something precludes them from surviving on their own in the wild, like these two, they can come over to our education permit and become teachers and get to do things like this so that you can get this close to wild animals.
That's super cool. And we have really good news. Liberty Wildlife is actually going to be a regular guest here on the morning show, so you'll get pretty used to seeing Laura or Acacia. Did I do it twice?
You did.
Yes.
Great job.
All right, I'm so proud of myself. You might not see Jacques Cousteau or Iris again, but we're going to have lots of other fun feather
and
non-feather friends.
We might have some scaly friends.
Ooh, some scaly friends.
Yeah.
Okay.
That doesn't freak anyone out.
Depends.
Okay.
But I'll be a champ and I'll get through it. Yeah. Honestly, no. I would say because I thought I was afraid of snakes, and then I had an interaction with a snake like this.
Yeah.
And then I wasn't afraid anymore.
Oh, that's good.
So
it's getting over that hurdle, that first fear that for some reason gets passed down to kids, and you grow up with it, and then just seeing it. I mean, I actually on stressful days at the office, I go into the room where we have all our snakes, and I'll take one out and just hold it, and it calms me down.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool. All right. Well, thank you so much.
Maybe we'll get you to that point.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah. You'll
I'll just be sitting here with a snake.
Yeah.
Every day
Exactly.
on
A
the
little
morning
snake
show.
charmer.
Why not? Why not? Yeah. Brittany can do it. I can do it. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show today and bringing these fun friends. They're so cool.
Thank you for having us back.
Thank you.
Yeah, so if you want to learn more about them, please check out Liberty Wildlife. And we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back after this with our next guest.